Yo, what is going on, guys? So on today's episode, I have an absolutely wild video for you here today. This one is titled, "She Took a Break from the Marriage and Came Back to Find Another Woman in Her Place." So I'm going to assume we have yet another video here, guys, of a woman essentially treating a man as expendable. What's new? And then the dude decides to say, you know what, screw this, I'm going to replace this woman. And then it comes as a complete and utter shock. I've seen this happen to a lot of wives, right? They ditch their husband, they divorce him, and then they cry and complain when the dude is seeing another woman like a week later, as if they didn't just throw him out. So let's jump right into this one. As always, guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments down below. I'd be also interested to hear, have any of you guys done or been through something similar yourselves? So let's jump right in and we'll take a listen to this one.
You know, life really does come at you fast, because 1 minute, my boyfriend's meeting my parents and spending a day with his grandparents. And the next day, we have like a mini communication breakdown and I don't hear from him. And it's been a week. And my birthday's in 2 days. So needless to say, I'm fighting for my life over a man, nay, boy, and writing shit on Post-it notes like, "You're worthy of love," and "You're not a worthless piece of garbage."
What's the bet that this minor breakdown in communication that she's talking about was honestly just her being an awful human being? I see this all the time. Women will make these videos and then they'll say that some sort of disagreement happened, but really they're minimizing their role in all of it, just being absolutely crazy.
And putting it on my bathroom mirror. I'm not doing well. I'm not doing.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll explore how a woman tries to play the classic "let's take a break" card with her husband, only to find out that while she's waiting, he's already moved a female friend in to live with him.
I've just got to say this right off the bat, guys. If you have a wife or a girlfriend and she wants to take a break from the relationship or marriage, it's already over, okay? When women say this, what they're essentially asking you is, hey, I want to cheat on you, and I don't want to feel bad about it. I don't want to feel guilty about it. As soon as the woman says that she wants a break, guys, the relationship is already done. It is on a timer, even if you do agree to such stupid nonsense.
Additionally, we'll analyze a frustrated liberal feminist who finds herself attracted to traditionally masculine and conservative men, while she's unwilling to give up her single lifestyle or empowerment to build something real with them. Your support is super important to us. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel. We're aiming for 150,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Share your experiences and advice in the comments. That's what helps this community grow. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. Let's get started.
So everybody loves to talk about the dating horror stories, but can we talk about reporting these people on dating apps? So I've had a stalker for like 3 years, and anytime that I report them on the B app, I get a response from the app saying that like they have to see if other people report them before they take action.
You know, this woman's out here saying that she has a stalker. Now, gentlemen, color me skeptical, because I am a little bit skeptical. This woman looks to be in her 30s, I don't know. And she's sitting here with blue hair. You would think, right, that being an adult, you would kind of grow out of, I don't know, dyeing your hair blue as somebody who is supposed to be mature. But I guess not, right? We're still out here. We're still dyeing our hair blue. We're still on the dating apps looking for Prince Charming. And we're still being stalked by the terrible bad men. Now, I'm not saying that this woman doesn't have a stalker, but color me skeptical, guys. I'm just always skeptical when you have an individual pointing a camera at themselves and then trying to convince you that they are the victim of something. If you're the victim of something, go to the police. Don't talk about it on TikTok. Number one, I don't care. Number two, it just makes you look like you're actually not a victim of the things that you're saying, really. Unless people are explicitly asking you, which this woman probably says they are, but let's be real, they aren't. Anyway, let's continue.
So let's contrast that with the Spicy app that I'm also on for dating. I recently ended things with a partner that was linked with me there. And I reported the behavior that ended our relationship. Not only was that offline behavior concerning to them, but they said they would take action immediately and expressed empathy and concern. That's a huge difference in reaction. The B app is not where it's at.
In short, she's upset because she doesn't have absolute control over the app. The first guy you want to report just because you don't like him and he bothers you. Remember, when the man isn't attractive, it's called harassment. The second one you reported for bad behavior after going out with you. Could it be that he left you and it bothered you that he moved on? You call that bad behavior. Many times, these reports don't come from an objective place, but rather from personal frustration or anger.
You know what? I actually totally agree with that assessment. How many times have you guys seen videos, or women do this in general, where they'll label a dude as bad, right? They'll call him an a-hole, they'll start insulting him, trying to damage his reputation. And then it turns out, if you talk to the man, you know what really happened? Typically, the woman got rejected. She got turned down, the man wasn't interested, and so on. Also, by the way, this woman's claiming that she's being stalked on these applications. As far as I understand it, the messages are not opened unless you like the person. Like I don't think people on these apps can just outright DM you. Somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong here, but in order for somebody to be harassing you, you actually have to like them. You have to hit the like button, do you not? So I don't know what the hell this is about, man. Again, attention seeking, victimhood, all of that sort of stuff.
And the problem is that platforms don't always have a way to verify the truth behind these stories. Dating apps are not a court of law, and using them to resolve emotional or personal issues is irresponsible.
As a liberal woman, it is really hard to find a man who's willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the relationship in today's day and age. Who is not a conservative? A man who wants to pay on the first date, who wants to open your door, who has that want and desire to take care of you and to provide. Who is not a conservative. And obviously, as a liberal woman, I do want to be respected for my independence. And I do want to have my own autonomy in the relationship and not be confined or conform to the traditional female homemaker, childbearing role.
Okay, that's no problem. Go out there and get a liberal man. I hear there's plenty of them. Maybe you can check the university campuses. I think there's a lot of guys who, you know, maybe you can find yourself a nice vegan or something like that, somebody who is allergic to steak. And you can go out and do that, madam. The fact of the matter is that conservative men are looking for conservative women, right? Like, why would a dude who values conservative things date somebody and marry somebody who is not conservative? This woman is ranting on about, by the way, the fact that she wants to maintain her independence in a relationship. What the hell is the point of being in a relationship if you want to be independent anyway? This is the kind of talk, guys, that women do, when what it really means, what it essentially means is she wants to receive all of the benefits of being with you, but she wants to be able to entertain other men at the same time. That's what it means. She doesn't want to do any of the traditional crap. You have to pull all of the weight in the relationship. She's going to be strong and independent, and she's going to be out there, you know, hitting the town with the girls and all of these sorts of things. It's not happening, man. Not happening. Conservative men are attracted to conservative women. Now, they might smash you. They might have bedroom fun with you, but that's very different, unfortunately, so many of these women do not understand, from actually getting a relationship out of the man. This woman's clueless. You know the video is going to be bad when she introduced the video. She's like, as a liberal woman, I mean, we could just stop right there, couldn't we?
And most of the men that I've dated who do have that more natural provider masculinity about them are normally conservative. So I don't really know what to do because I don't want to compromise my morals and values just to find a man. But
what morals?
Am I asking to have my cake and eat it too?
Yes, you are. Feminism is so much fun until it's time to be a feminist. There are a lot of contradictory declarations in her videos, so let's start at the beginning. Saying you want a traditionally masculine man who has the attributes of being a leader and a protector and a provider, who is gentlemanly and chivalrous, but you want him to be a liberal, is a total paradox. Liberal men, not all of them, but a lot of them tend to go wherever the social and political winds will push them. So when the feminist movement came in and said, hey, you guys need to shed your masculinity and not be so assertive and start being more sensitive and don't be so ambitious and step aside and let women take the lead, they did exactly that. And they became more feminine. And now your biological instincts are kicking in and you're like, I'd kind of like to have a man who's a little more manly. As far as splitting the bill on the first date or subsequent dates, that's something that you're going to have to get used to, because men are waking up and realizing that women haven't had skin in the dating game, and that's why they haven't been taking it seriously. Think about it, ladies. One of the expectations of a traditional man is to be a provider, to provide you with things, which involves paying for things. So if you expect a man to pay for you on the first, second, third, fourth, fifth date, which one of your traditional roles are you fulfilling in return? Are you going to commit to him and be faithful to him from that point forward? Of course.
Women don't. You know what's funny about the whole, all of these women saying that they're loyal? They're really not, guys. These women with their Instagram accounts set to public, I guarantee you, go and look through their DMs, man. These women are not loyal whatsoever. You ask a woman what she brings to the table, and they'll frequently say, "Oh, I am the table. I bring myself, and I'm loyal." Half of these girls still have like how many DMs open with dudes while they're in relationships with you? I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Number one, loyalty should be expected anyway. But number two, half the women aren't even loyal in the first place. And I'm being generous when I say the word half there. But hey, do with that what you will.
Of course not. You've got a roster of dudes and you can go out with a different guy every night of the week if you wanted to. So why should he be expected to fulfill one of his traditional roles if the same isn't expected of you? Splitting the cost of dates ensures that the woman is at least to some extent invested in the dating process and is therefore a little more likely to take it seriously. Lastly, what does it mean to be an independent woman? Because I heard this woman say, I want to maintain my independence and autonomy, but I also want a man to come in and take care of me, provide for me, and protect me. But I also don't want to take on the traditional feminine roles of being a homemaker and bearing children. So what are you bringing to the relationship? What it means is that women like this want the benefits of a relationship, but none of the responsibilities. They want a traditional man, but don't want to be beholden to the expectations of faithfulness, supportiveness, submissiveness, and respect.
Oh, hell no!
Who's that Pokemon?
She wants a traditional man when she herself isn't traditional. This is the type of woman who wants a beta provider to give her everything while she contributes nothing more than intimacy. She wants her freedom. In other words, to act like she's single while in a relationship. The problem is that these men have their feet firmly on the ground. If you expect him to pay, care for, and protect you, then he will expect loyalty, support, and mutual respect in return. Everything she seems to avoid. The issue is that women like this want all the benefits of traditional men without taking on the responsibilities of a relationship. The irony is that she criticizes liberal men for not being masculine enough while rejecting conservative men for not aligning with her values. A typical example of a woman who doesn't know what she wants.
I mean, I'll say I know exactly what she wants, man. And I think she does too. What she wants is she wants some dude who's going to simp and pay the bills for her. And then while that's happening, she also wants another man to go and have bedroom fun with on the side. This is the dual mating strategy that a lot of modern women employ. Is, you know, they go out here and they get one guy who's going to pay the bills, and then they get the other guy, the attractive dude, and then they go out and meet up with him on those girls' nights out. People want to pretend like this doesn't happen. People like to pretend that this doesn't exist, but it certainly does, especially when you have these clowns walking around saying they want to maintain their independence in a relationship. All that it means is she wants to go out and hook up with dudes, or at least, at the very least, entertain them while you pay for everything. I think she knows exactly what she wants. She's trying to word it politely and failing very badly at it. But I think it's quite clear what she wants here. She just wants to use men, essentially.
My husband, 28 male, is living with the female friend, and she, 22 female, has become hostile towards me. My husband and I have been married for 3 years, and our marriage is on the rocks. It all mainly started after the birth of our first child together, in which he became increasingly irritable, aggressive, and sexually distant from me. Once he started to get physically abusive by grabbing and pushing me, we decided to live at different residences in a desperate attempt to salvage our marriage.
Again, I don't believe this. As soon as, you know what's funny about these stories? I keep opening sentences that way. You know what's funny about this? But there's a lot of funny things about videos like these, okay? Women throw out all of these accusations, mind you, with no proof whatsoever. But I guarantee you, if we were to speak to the man, he would have a completely different story. Okay? Like, guys, how many times do you see women accuse men of crap these days? And half the time it's not even damn true. I mean, more than half the time it's not true. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, he did this. He was terrible. All of a sudden, the man switched and he's a completely different person. Get the hell out of here. This is 2024, okay? Lots of people are no longer falling for that nonsense, and I certainly am not. Believe all women? No, thank you. How about you give some evidence, and then we'll talk.
That was 3 months ago. I'm currently living with my mom, and I work part-time while also taking care of our 18-month-old son with the help of her. My husband purchased a new condo with the financial help of his dad and lives with a female friend of his, 22 female, who he apparently charges rent.
Ooh, that's gonna
Is it
sting.
rent as in money or rent as in clapping cheeks? Because you can pay a debt a whole lot of fucking ways. I was uncomfortable about his living arrangement with this woman from the moment I heard about it. Mainly because we agreed that we are not taking a break in the sense of seeing others. We're still married and are not going through a separation, but we're just trying to give each other, mainly him, space.
Guys, what is this gaslighting? I have to pause this. Oh, we're on a break in the relationship, but I didn't mean it in the sense that I wanted to see other people. Yeah, right. Complete nonsense, complete gaslighting, okay? A break from the relationship means that the relationship is no longer monogamous, right? You want to go out there, you wanted to make your own decisions. The dude said, all right, bet, get the hell out. And he's hooking up with some 22-year-old. It is what it is. In video games, guys, we call that GG. That's game over for you, my friend. And this is what I'm talking about. Wives and stuff, what they do is they think that their husband just has no spine and that they can treat him like trash or throw him to the curb whenever it is that they feel like because Chad came knocking in her DMs. And then they get humbled real damn quick where the guy says, oh, really? You want to play this game? You want to do this whole break thing? Okay, we can go on a permanent break, first of all. I'm going to buy a condo and I'm just going to immediately see a woman who's younger. And now what? I believe the meme goes as this, guys. Congratulations, you've played yourself.
No, I mean, y'all can tell yourselves that all you want, but no, because this man has bought a whole new condo with the help of his father and is living with an entirely different woman that is not the mother of his child, his wife, while you are living with your mother. He wasn't worried about where you guys are going to stay, whether you guys were financially stable. This man is getting ready to move on with his life. He is moving on with his life. You're preparing for divorce. You are. Like, denial is a river in Egypt, baby. You guys are preparing for divorce. Like,
If you play silly games, don't get upset about the outcome. As a man, if I live with you, you're the mother of my children, and you pack your things and leave, you're making it clear that you're leaving me. I won't say this man is blameless, because he's not, especially if there's physical abuse, which I find unacceptable.
Let me just stop you right there. How many times do women throw out this nonsense and it ends up being not true? And again, I don't believe women unless they give me evidence. I don't believe men unless they give me evidence, right? The thing is, guys, I don't care what gender you think you are. I don't care if you think you're a helicopter, for goodness sake, okay? If you come out here and you make very serious allegations, I'm going to need you to bring very serious evidence, right? And I place that particularly more on women, and I'll tell you why. Because women are the first ones to jump on social media about it. You know, I have seen men go through very, very serious things, and they might mention that it happened to them once, if ever, right? And I'm far more inclined to believe dudes who do that than the women who get on TikTok every 2 seconds, or they get on Reddit or some other social media forum or whatever it is, right? And then they try and convince you that they're the victim. I think genuine victims don't need to be loud on social media talking about their situations. genuine victims who have actually suffered probably don't want to make this stuff public. That's why I'm more likely to believe dudes, because they're not out here posting this crap on social media nearly as much as women are, man. Like, it's not even damn close. And let's be honest, half the reason why women are doing this stuff is because it's reputation management. They're trying to damage the dude's reputation, and they're trying to keep theirs nice and squeaky clean, even though it might have nothing to do with what is actually happening in reality. So I don't necessarily believe right off the bat that this dude was doing awful things physically. Now, if he was, then that's cringe, that's awful. But do I believe this woman? No.
But this marriage is broken. He's clearly moving on with his life. By stepping out of that house, you made your intentions clear. Since he didn't reach out to have you live with him in his new home, and if that wasn't enough of a sign, the detail of the tenant living with him confirms it. That rent likely isn't being paid with money alone, and you know it. Men quietly discard. If he's not prioritizing rebuilding his relationship with you or defending your place as the mother of his child, then the message is clear. He's paving the way for a divorce.
Girl, she's become very hostile towards me, which is strange because she's supposedly only his friend and basically a tenant of his. For example, I went to visit him with our son, and the whole time she was sitting near him, staring at me with hatred. Girl, if you don't take the fucking blinders off and stop pretending like you do not understand what's going on, because if I take my son to go see his daddy, what is this bitch sitting here for? You're dismissed. If we need some drinks or some snacks, we'll call you. Thank you for your time.
You know why this woman was probably also glaring at this other woman, the mother of the kid? Probably because the dude gave her his version of actually what happened. Right? I don't know. Maybe it turned out that she was the one who was physically doing bad things. Right? Maybe she was the one who was acting psycho and who went cheating because she was the one who said that she initially wanted to get a break, right? That she wanted to go on a break with the guy. So, you know, who's to say that she didn't do this to go out cheating? And who's the one who's saying that she's not the one who's out here being physical? Maybe this guy told this woman the story, and then, of course, she doesn't like her. Of course. Makes absolute sense, man.
Like, why? I didn't come and see you. What are you doing here? Goodbye. When I asked if he and I could talk privately, she said, no, this is our place. And of course, this made everything awkward, so I just left shortly after that. Why are you pretending that you don't know what's going on? And the fact that this motherfucker didn't say nothing to her for saying something to you. Like, come on, man. That is his girlfriend. And she wants to make sure you understand that you're not welcome there. And yo, dumbass, I just don't understand why she's so hostile towards me. Because you have the one thing that she wants. 1, his son. 2, his last name. Of course she's going to be hostile towards you. You have what she... Come on, man. Girl, I'm gonna start charging you motherfuckers for my advice, because the way I would be a millionaire over fucking night. Stop pretending like you don't know what's going on. Open your eyes, baby girl. I don't know why she would act so hostile towards me if she was just a friend or tenant of his. My husband didn't seem bothered by her rudeness towards me either.
Oh yeah, he probably doesn't give a damn because he probably doesn't like you either. As far as I understand it, you threw away the guy. Of course, neither of them like you. Like, I swear, man, women will do stuff like this. They'll commit some like a really awful thing. They'll treat you in a particular way, and then you withdraw your attention, you withdraw your validation, you leave them, and then it's like that shocked Pikachu face meme. You know, wow, what the hell happened? I don't understand this, but they understand perfectly well. Right? They're just gaslighting you essentially, because what they want to do is they want to make you feel like you're the one who's crazy and you have misconstrued the situation. But the problem is, when dudes think through these things logically, they very well understand that they didn't misconstrue damn near anything.
At one point, I thought I saw him smirk. I don't know if I should be concerned that he and her have become more than friends, especially since my husband told me through text that him and I are still exclusive to each other. Girl, what is the best way to continue with this awkward situation? End it.
You know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like the dude is preparing those divorce papers ASAP. Again, I still don't believe what the hell this woman's saying. What I think happened was she wanted to go on a break. The dude said, all right, bet. He just left her and he found another woman. That's what I think's happening, and I think he's preparing those divorce papers. I would be skeptical as to whether or not he even sent this damn message saying that they were still together. Very, very skeptical indeed.
That's the best way to continue on with this awkward situation. End it. I really wish that I knew you in person so I could invite you over and yell at you in your face and yell at you until I make you cry, until you understand that your husband is doing this shit on purpose. I thought I saw him smirk. Bitch, you saw him smirk. Your husband is evil. He's doing this to hurt you on purpose.
Yes, the husband's the one that's evil, right? Husband gets thrown to the curb. He treats the woman as such, and yet the husband is the one who's evil. He did all of these terrible actions to me. Like the amount of times I have heard this nonsense, and just none of it is true whatsoever, and she's just trying to make herself look like a helpless victim, is downright insane. Guys, if I had $1 for every single time I have heard a story like this and it turns out to be complete nonsense, where the woman was the absolutely evil one who, to be honest, just completely discarded her husband or boyfriend or whatever, I mean, I'd be drowning in those singular dollars right there. I would.
Purpose. Instead of just ending the marriage, he wants to string you along. You and I are together. Don't worry about any of that. But I'm also not going to defend you when some bitch gets disrespectful towards you. Come on, man. Like, you deserve so much better. I need you to open your eyes and look the hell around and see things for what the fuck they are and not what you want them to be.
It's funny because it's true.
I have to agree with this woman. He's making a fool out of her, or she's willingly ignoring the situation. This shows that when a woman is in love, even when she knows she's being deceived, she tries to convince herself it's not happening. This man, in my opinion, is in the wrong. She's the mother of his children, and they're married. But you left him, even if in your mind it doesn't feel that way. It is that way.
Yeah, see, I have a little bit of a different thought process here. I think that this woman, why would you throw away a man if you love him? Unless I'm missing something here, which maybe I am, right? But if you love a man, you probably don't throw him away. And also, I find it very hard to believe, like, when women come out with these stories on social media, they're like, yeah, one day my husband, he was just a completely different man. After we had a kid, he just completely changed. I'm always skeptical of hearing this stuff. To me, here's what I would say on the balance of probabilities the situation is, right? I think she threw away the man. The man said, okay, no problem. He gets a condo, he ditches her, he replaces the girl. I'm skeptical as to whether or not he said that they were still monogamous, but if he did, I can only assume that he's trying to draft up those divorce papers and protect himself in any way that he can. Maybe he's moving assets or anything that he has into a trust fund or something like this. I mean, I would not be surprised if the dude is more or less playing defense here. Because I can, like, if you love someone, why the hell are you throwing them away? And if you've been with them, you know, you have a kid with them, you're married to them, and then you want to pull the, oh, they completely switched. I don't buy it personally. Maybe it's true, but I don't really buy it.
The moment you stopped living with him, you left him. Now he's watching two women compete for his attention, and of course, he enjoys it. The hostile behavior of this woman, who you claim is just a friend, is anything but subtle. If she's sitting there glaring at you with disdain, it's because she feels like she's in competition with you, even if you want to ignore it. That's not a sign of respect or interest in fixing things with you. He's already setting up his new dynamic and making it clear, even if indirectly, where you stand. Stop looking for explanations when you already have the answers.
You know what I wish more people knew? That the 1950s housewife, like June Cleaver, a lot of people think is like traditional values. That was not tradition. That was an organized PR campaign to get women to stay in the kitchen. When men came back from World War II, women were forced to leave the workforce. Ad agencies and pop culture really glamorized the housewife. Like, domesticity is so cute. And women were continually sold more products and lifestyles that really emphasized their place. And then the post-war economy really boomed, and so did the suburbs. Middle-class families started to move into single-family homes, and men became the breadwinners. Then pop psychologists started to talk about, oh, women are the caretakers and the nurturers, and it's tied to our biology. So either she's going to be really good at taking care of the home and your children, or it is her personal failing. And then even educational institutions started to promote degrees in homemaking. if women got higher degrees at all. And this is all to prepare women for marriage instead of the workforce. You can even see that publications like women's magazines went from writing about adventure stories to romance tales where women just find their like knight in shining armor. So we're supposed to like go back to traditional values. This was never a tradition in the first place.
Yeah, guys, all of that talk of women being traditional in the sense of raising children, making a home and things like this. No, none of that's real. It's all a complete psyop. But you know what? Hey, for the sake of it, guys, I agree with this woman, man. You go out there and you be traditional in the sense that, hey, why don't you just work a 9 to 5? Like, I've got no issue with this, man. Women get on the internet and they're like, being traditional sucks. It's not real. It's a scam. Okay, go join the workforce then. Go join the military. Not my problem. Right? I'm not here. I don't think many men are here to convince you to try and be feminine or to adopt traditionally feminine roles. Dudes don't give a damn anymore. They really don't. You want to go out there, you want to, I don't know, flip pizzas all day. You want to join the military, you want to become a CEO. You're not my problem. Men aren't looking at you anyway. Dudes know you're not traditional. We're not attracted to you in that way, at least in terms of a long-term relationship. I mean, that's more of a you problem. You can do whatever it is that you wish to do, madam. You are liberated. Enjoy it. Guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.